everyone and welcome back. I honestly did not expect or plan to be back so soon on YouTube after my video on Monday explaining why I hadn't posted all summer, but as with every new Flossy by Freddie collection, I'm here to talk to you guys about the dresses today, which is very exciting. But quickly before I do, I wanted to give a little bit of a response to your response because honestly, I have been completely overwhelmed. I truly did not expect the type of response you gave me. So caring, so loving. Me and my family and JJ have been reading through the comments, and honestly we all have got a little bit emotional reading the comments. We just can't believe how kind and sweet you've been to me and how supportive, and we all said it's honestly like I have an extended family. I don't really feel like I even deserve this love and support, like the level that you're giving me, but I'm just so grateful. And honestly, you guys, I just want you to know that you've made me feel so much better about the situation, and you've made me feel more confident as well. I think sometimes my audience can feel like this big, like anonymous presence that can sometimes feel a bit threatening because it's so big and because it can be so critical sometimes, but this was such an amazing reminder actually that you're not a threat at all. In your own way, you're, you know, holding me up and propping me up, and I will never stop being amazed at how lucky I am to have that, so thank you. Anyway, it is time to talk about the new Flossy by Freddie Autumn Winter collection, and guys, I'm a stuck record at this point. I'm actually embarrassed about how every single collection video I sit here and I say this is the best collection yet, this is my favorite collection so far, but it's true in terms of how beautiful and classic and unique the designs are, but also in terms of how wearable they are and how I just think so many of you are really going to love them, I hope. So the name of this collection is Act 1, and for the previous 3 collections, summer, spring and autumn winter last year, the collections had a theme. We had Gossip Girl, we had Bridgerton and LA. But this time it's a classic collection, it's Act 1, and it's a follow-up to the Overture. So originally we launched with the Overture collection, of course, with the Coco, Nelly and Faye dress, which were 3 dresses that I felt completely represented my style. They weren't themed, they were just 3 classic, timeless, flossy dresses that I felt really helped define the brand. And Act 1 is kind of like the autumn winter mirror version of the Overture collection. I'm aiming to get this video up at 4 p.m. We launch general sale at 6 p.m. If any of you girls are already signed up to our mailing list, then you will be receiving an email at 5 p.m. with a password so you can enter the website early and have 1 hour of early access to make sure you secure your size. And if you're watching this between 4 and 5 p.m, then I think you still have time to sign up quickly if you go to our website flossybyfreddie.co.uk and just enter your email address on the homepage. You can't miss it. So now for the dresses. If you haven't already seen them on Instagram, if you don't follow the brand, please come and follow the brand account. It is at Flossy by Freddie. I would be so grateful. So I think we have to start with the dress that I'm wearing now. I don't normally wear the dresses when I do the videos, but I honestly couldn't resist with this dress because it's just perfection. So this is the Darcy dress, and where do I even begin? I felt like I was taking a small risk with this dress because even though I adored this fabric, I wasn't sure if everybody else would, but the response on Instagram has been amazing. In fact, when we posted the teaser video, this was the dress that caught the most attention, which I was thrilled about because it took so long to source this fabric. I had a vision of what I wanted. I wanted like a really thick fabric that almost felt like something you could use for upholstery or curtains. Von Trapp vibes. I also wanted 2 tones of brown, or if not 2 tones of brown, like brown and cream or brown and pink. I also really wanted texture in the fabric and of course a beautiful feminine design, and it took so long to find this, but when I did I was like, oh my god, it's the fabric of my dreams. The dark brown bit is kind of like this slightly shiny, almost satiny taffeta fabric, and then the lighter shade is velvety, so it just feels so beautiful and premium to wear. It's also super duper thick, which is great because it means it's actually wearable for autumn winter. And of course the pattern, this beautiful brocade, is so regal and princessy. This will look good with everything. You can wear this with black, with brown, with pink, with white, gold jewelry, silver jewelry. It will look great with everything. And also this complements so many skin tones as well. Naji, our model on the shoot, when she put this on, I wasn't sure because it was only ever me that had tried this dress on, and I'm obviously very fair. And when Naji put this on, we were all just like, so some of the really special details on this dress are of course the gorgeous square neckline, which is so beautifully flattering. You'll see it in a sec when I try it on. The gorgeous princess seam, which again just creates this really premium, luxurious, expensive, princessy look. We've got this lovely little ruched detail on the shoulder, which again gives it this princess look, but it's subtle and it's modern. The sleeve is a little looser at the top, but tapers in to the cuff, which is finished off with two little mock pearl buttons. And I also wanted to point out, because a lot of the feedback we got from the Faye dress was that the cuffs were too tight, which is completely understandable because I do have quite small wrists, and the dresses are fitted to me. So we listened. We still want to keep this nice, tight fitted cuff because it looks super pretty, but what we've done, we've added a little elasticated buttonhole, which we didn't have on the Faye dress, which gives it a little bit of stretch, giving you a little bit more room if the cuffs are too tight. We've also got the same beautiful mock pearl buttons going down the back, giving it a very elegant, like buttoned up look, when in fact it is actually a concealed zip. As always, we are also thinking about the practicality of these dresses, and nobody wants to be trying to do up buttons on their back. It's literally impossible to do that by yourself. And we also want to avoid at all costs having to like squeeze a dress over your head and like pull it off over your head, because it's just the worst. It ruins your hair and makeup. And how many times have you been stuck in a dress and wanted to literally cut it off? It's happened to me so many times. So we really try and make all of our dresses step in and outable. I just love how ultra feminine and glam this dress is while still being very seasonally appropriate, because I feel like it's something we just don't ever see. I always feel as though my style kind of loses its femininity in autumn, winter, or at least a bit of it. I find it so easy to express my girly style in spring, summer, but just not in autumn, winter, because there's never anything nice. It's all just like jumpers and jeans. So this dress is just perfect. The colors, the warm fabric, you can dress this up with heels and like a little pearl bag and a headband, or go really casual with it with like tights and boots and a handbag. Size-wise, I'd say it's pretty standard. I wear a small to be comfortable, but I can also fit into the extra small. So there is a little bit of give, even though it's very nice and fitted. It's not super skin tight. So I feel like with this, just stick to your usual size, or of course, as I always say, please just measure your waist. Grab a tape measure if you can and check it against our size chart. Let's try it on. So guys, here is how the Darcy dress looks on. I just think it is so beautiful and so magical. The fit is just perfection. The princess seam, cinched in waist, the neckline, ruched shoulders, tapered sleeves, and this gorgeous, gorgeous skirt. Altogether, this silhouette for me is perfection. The shape of the skirt as well is just superb. Like, can you guys see? I'm gonna stand to the side so you can see. Just excuse my mic pack, which is there. But do you see how the skirt just like really subtly sticks out, and it just keeps its shape? Like, you can move around, you can do this, like you can swish around and it's gonna be the same. It's built into the dress, so the shape will always be there. And I think it's perfect. It's not too much, it's subtle, but it still has that super feminine flair. I also, as you can see, just popped on some tights with this. So you could see how the dress looks with tights when it gets a bit colder and you want to cover your legs up, and as you can see, it looks great. I love it with the headband as well. It's also very much giving Blair, don't you think? It's giving Gossip Girl. Just give you guys the back view as well, so you can see the mock pearl buttons going down the back, which are of course not actually functional, but they just give a really lovely, sophisticated look. I honestly don't know what else I can say to convince you that you need this dress other than just to stand here and let you look at it. I had 20 family members over this week, and all of the girls and women tried this dress on, and this was everyone's favorite, like on themselves. It just looked good on everyone. Oh, I just love it. I'm really, really proud of it. So next up, we have the absolutely beautiful Leslie dress. This dress is named after someone very, very special, so it really warmed my heart so much to see the wonderful response this dress got on Instagram. And yes, if you were wondering, just like the Overture collection, all of these dresses have family names. I'm not going to bother about being modest. This is the knitted dress of your dreams. I think you all know, after watching me for all of these years, my love and hate relationship with jumper dresses and sweater dresses. I've had so many and I've tried so many on in my haul weeks over the years and my fashion videos. I really want to be able to wear dresses in autumn winter because, like I said, it's hard enough to keep a feminine style in winter, and a jumper dress or a sweater dress is like the perfect solution, except it never really is. I found that most of the time, and of course there's a few exceptions, I definitely have a couple of jumper dresses in my wardrobe that I do really like, but for the most part they're either big and baggy and shapeless and don't really flatter the body or look very chic, or you get like the really tight fitted like figure hugging bodycon type sweater dresses, which I also don't really like because I don't feel fully comfortable in that type of style. And very, very, very rarely do you see a sweater dress with a cinched in waist and a full skirt. And you know what, guys? There's actually quite good reason for it. At the start of this process, I thought that it would be super simple to do, but it really wasn't. It took 3 rounds of sampling to get this perfect, to get the skirt exactly how I wanted. And honestly, guys, I just need to try this on for you so you can see exactly how this skirt falls, because it is perfection. We got it absolutely spot on in the end. And when I tried on that final sample, I was so nervous because we were so close to production and I was like, it has to be right. And I put it on and I was like, oh my God, it's perfect. I also really wanted to make sure we got the fabric right on the Leslie dress because I wanted something that was going to be really soft to the touch and warm and cozy, but also had enough structure in it to give it this magnificent shape. And the trouble with that is usually if you want shape and structure, you can't really have soft as well. But we managed to do it. Like, honestly, it's the perfect balance, and it's so soft. Like, everyone who touches it says, the Flossy team, I had 20 family members at my flat this week and everyone who picked this up and touched it was just like, oh my gosh, it's so soft. It feels so nice. It's also in the most gorgeous color. Like, it's actually kind of magic. It's like the perfect neutral color. I mean, look at it. It's creamy, it's buttery, it has the ever so slightest little pink tone, and it will just go with everything. We've also got a roll neck, which is perfect for the winter months. You guys know my signature look in autumn winter is a roll neck or a turtleneck, so I had to incorporate that into this dress. And then you've got this beautiful lace detail going from the shoulder all the way down the arm, and I love this lace so much. I'll show you guys a little close-up, but it kind of reminds me a little bit of like those cameo portraits, which just gives a really like vintage, regal look. Also, side note, because I know that I have lots of women of different ages watching me, and I'm sure she won't mind, but my auntie tried this on this week. She is turning 60 soon, which, by the way, she really doesn't look it. Like, she literally looks 50, not 60, but she tried this on and it looked so gorgeous on her, and she's ordering one today. And yes, she gets family discount, but I just wanted to mention it because I know that there are women of all ages watching who sometimes don't know whether it's age appropriate for them, and I really don't think that clothes should have an age. If it makes you feel good, if it makes you feel pretty and special, then you should wear it. And honestly, she looked great, and she said she's gonna wear it on her birthday, which made me feel very honored. And I guarantee you would just get so much wear out of this. It really is the perfect everyday autumn winter dress that can also be dressed up. I actually wore this last night to go and see Frozen. It's just so beautiful and feminine, but also incredibly warm and cozy. And I feel like those two things never ever go together. And I feel like I can safely say that this is the dress that you're probably missing the most in your autumn winter wardrobe. So let's try it on. So guys, here is the Leslie dress on and in action. I apologize if the mic is a bit muffled. It's because of the roll neck. I'll try and be quick. I also thought that I would just keep the tights on to show you how you can wear this dress with tights. As you can see, the colors go really nicely together. I do always go for brown because I feel like it's just tonally a lot softer and more cohesive with a lighter color palette. But anyway, back to the dress. Can you guys see how just beautifully fitted this dress is? And do you know how rare that is for knit to have the cinched in waist and to have the skirt? It basically meant that we had to do 2 different styles of knit, which means we can have the volume and these gorgeous swishy pleats. I also love the sleeves. They're a perfect Freddie sleeve, a little bit of a balloon, but very subtle, still slim, but just really elegant and very flattering. And they do, of course, cuff in at bracelet length. And then, of course, the beautiful lace detail, which I think is just that really lovely, subtle, flossy touch. I considered keeping it completely plain, but I just felt like it wasn't special enough if it was just plain. We've also got the roll neck as well, which is super cozy. And like I said, it's just so rare to be able to stay feminine and girly and pretty and chic and still be warm and cozy in winter. Like, it just never happens. It's just the perfect dress for every day, and trust me, when you try this on, you will never want to take it off. Okay, I think I saved this dress till last because I'm almost like intimidated by how much I think you will all love this. I would like to introduce you to the Cindy dress. Yes, this dress is of course named after my little girl, my baby. As soon as I decided on the white fabric of the dress, I knew I had to name it after my little Cinderella. Didn't I? We chose the most beautiful white boucle fabric with this little subtle gold thread running through. It's kind of different to the Coco. The Coco dress, the boucle was very textured, but this is a lot flatter and smoother and softer. And where it's lined, it feels thick, it feels really lovely and soft and cozy. I decided to go for this really lovely soft scooped neckline, which was kind of a big thing for me because, as you guys know, it's my instinct to always go like high neck, high neck, high neck. But I feel like we've done that. I wanted to try something different, and honestly, I cannot imagine this dress with a high neck. The neckline is so flattering and feminine. It's like sexy but demure. There's something so gorgeous about it. It of course has the signature flossy cinched in waist, but for this dress we actually chose to drop the waist ever so slightly. It's very, very subtle. I didn't want to go for like a full drop waist because I feel like that looks really, really great on some people, but it doesn't look great on everybody. Whereas I truly feel like a high waist looks good on everybody. So we just dropped it ever so slightly just to give the dress a really chic feel. Like, it feels very Parisian, it feels very Chanel. I don't know, it kind of just gives it a little bit more of a high fashion feel. And then guys, the skirt, like, are you actually seeing this? Do you know how much I adore box pleats and how you can rarely find them anywhere? And these are just so full and sumptuous, and the whole thing just feels so premium. So as usual, you of course have the lining, you have the concealed zip at the back, so it looks really, really elegant and seamless. But you can of course layer this with tops underneath. You could maybe pop a turtleneck underneath or a blouse just to add those extra layers when the weather gets a little bit colder. So let's try it on. Oh my gosh, isn't she just heaven? This dress, I just can't. Like, I say this all the time, but I just need you guys to try them on because you'll notice the difference between buying something from ASOS or Zara or Shein. It's everything. The fit, the fabric, it feels so, so premium. So first of all, how gorgeous is the scoop neck? The way that it hugs your waist is so amazing. And where it's so structured, like it has the princess seam and then it has the waistband and it kind of goes down a little bit, it almost feels like it's holding you in, like corset style. It's very, very flattering. And then what can I say? Look at the skirt, the box pleats, they're just perfection. This fabric is so soft to the touch, and even if it wasn't, it's lined, so it wouldn't even matter if it was scratchy, but it's not. Oh, I just love it. It's a masterpiece. Now, I'm sure most of you do follow the brand or me on Instagram, so will have already seen these. So I'd like to ask you a question. Were you at all prepared for not just one matching piece, but two? I knew that I really wanted a matching piece for the Cindy dress, but I just couldn't decide. I desperately wanted to do a cute little cropped jacket, but my heart kept telling me that after how popular the Cornelia set was last year and how gorgeous and special the cape was, that the matching piece should be the cape. And I was going back and forth, cape jacket, cape jacket, cape jacket. And in the end, I decided, let's just do both. So let's first talk about the Cindy cape. This is in fact an exact replica of the Cornelia cape. We just felt like it worked so well. It was perfect. There was literally nothing I wanted to change. So down to the buttons and the chain detail, the Peter Pan collar, the beautiful satin lining, it's exactly the same except in this beautiful white and gold boucle. I really don't know what else to say about this cape except the fact that we sold out of this last year, I think in less than 2 hours, like between an hour and a half, all of our capes were gone. So all I'm saying is, if you love the cape or if you missed out last time, do not wait around. It's just perfection. It's so classic. It's also so unique. You will not find anything like this to this quality anywhere else. Like I can honestly promise you that because I've looked. It of course looks so perfect with the dress. It comes to exactly where the pleats start. But also I feel like the cape is great if you maybe have flossy tendencies in your style, but you're not like a complete full-blown over the top flossy girl who wants to be like head to toe in the outfit, you know? Maybe you generally just dress a little bit more casually, but you want to inject a little bit of flossy glamour into your look. This is the perfect way to do it. Also, like I said earlier, I don't believe that clothes should have a number. If they make you feel good, that should be the end of the story. But I also know that if you are an older woman, sometimes these clothes feel a bit young, they feel a bit frivolous, like you kind of don't want to dress in these, which I understand. And whilst my family was with me this week, my nanny, who is 80 something, and she tried this on just with her trousers and she looked so elegant and beautiful and sophisticated, and it just looked amazing on her. So I really think that this is a very ageless piece. Again, if maybe you love the style of the brand but don't feel quite like you can wear it or pull it off, not that I want to suggest that, but if that's how you feel, this would be a really great piece for you. So let's try it on. Guys, have you ever seen anything this perfect before in your life? I just will never get over how beautiful these two pair together. Like, it is just heaven. It's just giving modern princess, like Anastasia vibes. It's giving Blair, Gossip Girl. It's just giving everything I love. It's also the way the cape just like holds its shape when you stand still, like the sleeves. And also I just love, I think I said this last time in the Cornelia video, but how this cape actually has sleeves. It just makes it more practical. It makes it warmer, just like more autumn winter friendly, but it still has like the cape effect because of the shape. It's just such a perfect, classic, timeless, elegant piece to add to your wardrobe, and I just love it so much. And finally we have the Cindy jacket, which I'm very excited about because of course we've never done a piece like this. It's so pretty and it looks so good with the dress. It cuts off at the perfect point. We did definitely design the jacket around the dress in terms of where it came down to, but again, like the cape, this is actually a really great jacket just to pair with anything in autumn winter. You could totally wear this with a pair of jeans and like slingbacks. It would look so chic and just give you that little bit of fun femininity into your look. You've got the same gorgeous fabric, the same beautiful buttons. We didn't do the satin lining on the jacket because we just wanted to give this a more structured feel. The cape is very like flippy and floaty, but we wanted the jacket to feel a little bit more stiff. So we just went for a nice cotton lining, but the trim on the jacket is actually the same fabric as the Nelly dress. We tried out a few different trims and I just felt like cotton looked too summery. It just had like too much of a summery feel. And then we discussed like maybe denim, which I didn't like the idea of. And then I was like, can we use the Nelly fabric? Because I love that fabric. It's not something you see very often. I feel like it's quite unique to my brand. It's like this really lovely premium feeling taffeta. And I just love the noise it makes when you scratch it. Like, listen. It's just really cool. It's like raincoat material, which I think works really well for a jacket. We've also got the button detail on the cuffs, which are the same buttons, but just smaller. They're a beautiful like mock pearl with a little like gold braided trim. So for the last time, let's try it on. The Cindy jacket, everyone, isn't it gorgeous? I don't want to talk about it for too long on the try on because I just put this on and I was like, feels a little bit tight. And then I realized I've taken the extra small home from the shoot and I'm a small. So it's actually a really good tip in terms of fit because I feel like with the cape, you can definitely like interchange sizes. It's very loose, it's very drapey. So if you can't get your size and there's only the size below or the size up, it's not really going to matter too much. But I feel like with the jacket, I mean, as you can see, it fits, but it's not exactly how it's supposed to be. It's a bit too tight. It's supposed to be a little bit boxier. So a small is going to work so much better for me, or maybe even a medium rather than this extra small. But you can definitely get the idea. It is just giving Chanel, sophisticated city girl vibes. It's classic, but it just has a little bit of a vintage flair. I feel like the cape and jacket give very different vibes. The cape is quite whimsical and like fairy tale, princessy, whereas the jacket is just like more cool. It's more city girl, it's more fashion. But I love just like the structure of this jacket, the way that it's like a boxy fit. It's just something new for the brand, which I'm really, really excited about. It's so hard to choose a favorite between the jacket and the cape. So if you ask me, guys, I say just get both. So guys, that is the Act 1 collection, and I would really love to hear your thoughts. Like, do you agree with me? I really think that this is the best trio yet. I of course need to know your favorite pieces from the collection, and let me know in advance if you're going to be treating yourself to any. And as always, I like to finish these videos with just the biggest thank you for supporting Flossy. Like, this is honestly a dream come true. Can you imagine like being able to just sit and think up a dress and then just make it real and have other people wearing it? There is nothing that fills me with more joy than seeing my tagged Flossy photos on Instagram, seeing all of you beautiful, beautiful girls and women wearing your Flossy dresses to like birthdays, christenings, bachelorette parties, nights out at the theatre, afternoon tea, or sometimes just because. It's just a dream come true, and I have so much more that I want to bring to the brand, and I just really hope that I can grow it in the future and just bring more of my ideas to life. So hopefully you guys can help me do that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye.